This is the full weekly reading for thinkers, feelers, doers, and builders. Hi, I'm Lorri. I'm a tarot card reader and a spiritual counselor. And each week I share intuitive messages to help you reconnect with your inner guidance. In my work over the years with clients, I've noticed that people tend to fall into one of four pathways. They're either thinkers, feelers, doers, or builders. Now we have all four within us, but we do have one or two dominant ones that we lean into because of our life experiences. And if you'd like to discover which one you lean towards, there's a free quiz linked in the description below. And it's interesting because each of these ways of moving through life also resonate with a suit in the minor arcana. The swords resonate with the thinker pathway. The feeler pathway resonate with the cups. The doer pathway resonates with the wands. And the builder pathway resonates with the pentacles. Now, once again, most of us naturally lean toward one or two. However, there might be some weeks where, let's say your dominant one is the thinker, you're always in your head. But for some reason, you're trying to get a lot done and you're doing a lot. You would listen to whatever reading resonated more with you, either the thinker or the doer, or you listen to both and you glean some insights from each. It's a very organic system, so have fun following it. All right, let's take a look at the cards for this week. I am going to begin, we're going to do all four pathways in this video. I'm going to begin with the thinkers, and those are people that process life through the mind and their intellect. All right, my cards for the thinkers this week. And I'll also go through each day this week, a separate reading for each of the pathways. So today I'll do all four, and then tomorrow I'll do the thinkers, the day after that, the feelers, the day after that, the doers, and the day after that, the builders. So stay tuned. All right, for my thinkers this week, it's showing that things don't feel like they're equal. And it does show that your digestion, as a result, if you're overthinking, your digestion could be a little off. And it is showing that, above all, you are in a good position. Your position is not in question, whether it's in a relationship or whether it's in your career. It's saying don't pull back and don't shut down. Don't go deep into your head. Try to make light of the things that are going on. Lean into your natural strengths and your abilities. It does show that somebody is going to come back around to your idea. So it feels like you've recently presented an idea or a way that you'd like to go, or a direction you'd like to go in, and somebody wasn't on board. It does feel like this week somebody's going to come back around. So let go of worrying about it right now and bring yourself back into balance. And you're going to have the opportunity to do that this week. It's saying just focus on the other things. Ask yourself, what else is possible while I'm waiting for this person to get on board? And have faith, because it does show that if you stay present, that person's going to see what you're trying to move towards, and they're going to understand it. But you'll set the situation free by not harping on it. So just leave it alone and let the person come around and have faith that they will. Okay. Now I'm going to do my message for the feelers. And these are people who tend to move through life through their hearts. All right, let's see what the cards have in store for my feelers this week. It's saying that you're ignoring a lesson that keeps showing up for you. Something keeps repeating itself and you're not seeing it. And it has to do with how you're setting your expectations around a relationship. It is not helping you to keep having an expectation that doesn't get fulfilled. You're going to set yourself up for failure that way. It's going to continue to overwhelm you. You have to stay present and you have to figure out what you can accept in that situation. And it's showing that sometimes it's not always good to dump by voicing everything that you're feeling to somebody. They're doing their best to do what they can, but they're feeling stressed and overwhelmed this week as well. So the best thing that you can do in this situation is to ground yourself and to also encourage them to feel grounded, because you've come a long way in this, but you keep expecting them to change this one thing about themselves, and it's ingrained, and you have to give them the space to choose to work on it themselves. By harping on it, it's going to put them more into denial, and they're going to do the opposite. And then everything is going to blow up and a bigger argument is going to happen. So this week you can create space by just grounding yourself, not focusing on it, and doing something that is a kind of a self-care gesture for yourself. Let me give you a basic example. If somebody is always late and you want them to be on time and that's just not who they are, bring a book, find something else to do while you're waiting. Don't keep making plans and then getting pissed off because they didn't show up on time, because that's just in their nature. So find a way to accept something and put your focus elsewhere. That's called self-care as well. All right, next I'm going to do a reading for my doers, and those are people who tend to move through life through action and momentum. All right, let's see what your cards have to say this week. It's saying just envision it and you'll be successful. So where have you been putting your attention and your momentum? It shows you've been putting it in the right place. There is a success coming about, but it feels like this is a 6-month progression. So you have to balance out your energy. It's kind of like being a marathon runner, don't do a sprint. So it's saying stabilize the amount of action you're going into and create consistency and do a little bit each day towards it instead of trying to get it all done at once. Otherwise, if you try to do it too quickly and someone else isn't on board, you're going to feel blocked. And then you're not going to feel like it's possible. It is possible, but you have to do consistent action towards it and slow down a little bit, especially in the area of relationship. It's showing if you're working towards a more committed, loving connection with somebody, whether that's connecting again with your child, having an intimate relationship, or building a stronger friendship, consistency over the long haul instead of love bombing someone. Okay, very important to pay attention to this, because if you do too much too quickly, that other person is going to get frustrated with you and it's going to cause unnecessary delays. So something is being built here. You just have to slow your roll. You just have to allow yourself to let it unfold over a 6-month time period instead of over a 6-hour time period. All right. finally, I am going to do the message for my builders. And these are people who tend to move through life through structure, stability, and creating a foundation. Let's see what the reading is saying for my builders this week. Let's see. Oh, you've been going into your head. You've been going into that self-critical loop, my builders, and you've been feeling overwhelmed. It's saying all you got to do this week is prioritize. Pick the top thing you want to get done, not the whole list, the top thing that you want to get done, and focus on that. And when you do that, when you just try to move one of the bricks instead of the entire wall, it's going to feel a whole lot lighter for you. There's a huge change coming in. You are bringing a chapter to a close, and you will be able to start something new, a new project. And it is showing in the area of your career or something you're trying to build. And it's saying, don't overthink it. One step, slow and steady, one step at a time. Otherwise, you're going to brush past things and you're going to criticize each thing you did instead of just giving one your attention and your focus and doing a really great job. That's going to bring you a deeper level of satisfaction. And it shows that there's a definite, if you do this, you will feel so much better about it and you will see a shift within the next month. And it's going to create another possibility for you. It's going to be a springboard for you into the next path that you step on. Yeah, you're really creating something here. It's something you feel at home with. It's just second nature to you. And it's really going to benefit somebody. And they're really going to be able to tell that you care about them. So stay with it, but prioritize the top thing instead of trying to do all 20 things on your to-do list. All right. If something landed for you in this reading and it opened up something that you'd like to explore in a one-on-one reading or spiritual counseling session, I'd love to help support you with that. And the link is in the description below. And in the comments, take a moment and share with me something from the insights that spoke to you this week. And if you'd like to go deeper with your specific pathway, each type has its own playlist, and they're all linked below. Monday through Thursday, I post a separate reading for each pathway. Monday for the thinkers, Tuesday for the feelers, Wednesday for the doers, and Thursday for the builders. And they span a week for each one. Subscribe so that you don't miss the new messages that I post. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.